As we head into 2026, I'm seeing patterns that keep showing up, and it has nothing to do with markets, interest rates, or even whatever financial headline happens to be trending this week. Instead, it's about the silent decisions people are making as they approach retirement. Smart people, responsible savers, people who did what they were told for decades. They saved consistently. They avoided unnecessary debt. They stayed disciplined through market ups and downs. And yet, many of them are walking straight into a retirement using strategies that were designed for a very different world. A world where retirements were shorter, where tax rules were simpler, where healthcare costs were a lot lower, and where income planning didn't have to last for 25, 30 years or even more. And here's what makes this so dangerous. None of these decisions feel risky in the moment. They actually feel prudent. They feel, well, conservative, and they feel like it's the responsible thing to do. But when you zoom out, these habits silently reduce your flexibility, push taxes into the future, and create income problems that don't show up until it's much harder to fix them. I see this every year, not because people are careless, but because they're following retirement trends that no longer match today's reality. That's why, heading into 2026, there are 12 retirement trends that really need to stop right now. Not because people are doing anything wrong, but because the rules, the timelines, and the risks have all changed. And if you're in your 50s or 60s planning retirement right now, recognizing these trends early can be the difference between feeling boxed in later or feeling confident and flexible and in control. Hi, I'm Mark Wisniewski, President of Southern Incomes. If you find this helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want help building a retirement income plan that's designed for today's rules and for your life, you can book a time with me using the link in the description. Let's walk through the 12 retirement trends that need to stop in 2026 and what to think about instead. Trend number 1, obsessing over a single magic number. One of the most common traps I see is people tying their entire retirement decision to a single savings number. $1 million, $3 million, $5, $7, $12 million. But retirement doesn't operate on balances. It does operate on income after taxes. Two households with the same portfolio value can experience completely different outcomes depending on how income's withdrawn, how it's taxed, how your spending actually unfolds. A large account balance doesn't automatically equal a confident retirement. A better question than have I saved enough is how predictable and sustainable is my income once my paychecks stop. That shift alone changes how retirement planning actually works. Trend number 2, treating taxes as a problem for later. Many retirees spend decades focused on accumulation, and they just assume that taxes will sort themselves out once retirement begins. But that often leads to surprises. Required distributions start. Social Security stacks on top. Tax brackets fill faster than expected. What looked like a low tax retirement on paper can turn into a much higher lifetime tax bill. Retirement tax planning isn't about avoiding taxes entirely. It's about controlling when and how and at what rate you're going to pay them. The earlier taxes are considered, the more options tend to be available. Trend number 3, blindly following the 4% rule. The 4% rule is still treated as a universal solution, but it was built on assumptions that don't always reflect real retirement lives today. Longer lifespans, uneven spending, changing tax rules. Most retirees don't spend the same amount every year. They often spend more early in retirement, less during the quieter years, and differently again as healthcare needs increase. Flexible withdrawal strategies that can adapt to life tend to hold up much better than rigid formulas. Trend number 4, delaying all income just in case. Some retirees delay Social Security, avoid portfolio withdrawals, and they live extremely lean because, well, it feels responsible. But excessive delay can begin to create problems later on. Larger required withdrawals, higher tax brackets, less control over income timing. Retirement income planning isn't about spending as little as possible forever. It is about spending deliberately across different phases of life, not just deferring everything into the future. Trend number 5, holding excessive cash as emotional comfort. After periods of market volatility, many retirees move large portions of their savings into cash because it feels safe. But inflation silently erodes your purchasing power year after year. Now, cash absolutely has a role for liquidity, emergencies, flexibility, and just peace of mind. It just isn't designed to fund a 25 or a 30-year retirement on its own. Structure is what allows cash to provide comfort without becoming a long-term risk. Trend number 6, ignoring healthcare costs until Medicare. Healthcare planning doesn't just magically start at age 65. Pre-Medicare coverage, deductibles, prescriptions, and long-term care considerations can significantly affect retirement income. I'd say healthcare is consistently one of the most underestimated retirement expenses. Planning earlier is not going to eliminate the cost, but it gives you more control and a lot fewer surprises. Trend number 7, assuming working longer is going to fix your plan. Working longer can help improve retirement outcomes, but it's not always a dependable backup plan. Why? Well, health issues arise, jobs change, family caregiving responsibilities appear out of nowhere. A resilient retirement plan doesn't rely on one assumption, working longer. Instead, well, it builds flexibility across income sources, taxes, and your spending decisions. Trend number 8, treating retirement as a single moment. Retirement isn't a switch you just flip on. Early retirement often includes travel and higher discretionary spending. Mid-retirement tends to stabilize. Later years often shift towards healthcare and other support. Plans that assume flat spending forever often miss how retirement actually unfolds. Recognizing retirement is a multi-phase journey is going to lead to better decisions. Trend number 9, treating all accounts equally. Not all dollars are created equally, and they don't behave the same in retirement. Pre-tax accounts, Roth accounts, taxable accounts affect taxes, Medicare premiums, and legacy outcomes differently. Withdrawal order matters, sometimes more than your investment returns. Yeah, it's true. Coordination across accounts often creates more value than just chasing the perfect portfolio. Trend number 10, oversimplifying estate planning. Many retirees assume that having a will means their estate plan is all completed. But beneficiary designations, account ownership, and tax treatment is what determines what your family actually receives and when they receive it. Keeping things simple is good. Leaving things incomplete is not. Clearness reduces stress and confusion for those people that you care about the most. Trend number 11, believing market timing will protect retirement. Trying to jump in and out of markets right around retirement often increases stress and many times leads to poor decisions. Markets don't need to be predicted to be planned for. Retirement planning works best when volatility is anticipated and structured, not just reacted to emotionally. Trend number 12, thinking retirement planning ends at retirement. This may be the most damaging assumption of all. Retirement planning is not a finish line. Tax laws change, spending changes, health changes, and life changes. Strong retirement plans evolve instead of staying frozen in time. So, great, Mark. Now I know everything that needs to be changed. What can I do to make sure that I can avoid all these problems that you just reviewed? Here's what to do. If you're heading into 2026, still relying on outdated retirement trends, this isn't about starting over. It is about making thoughtful adjustments before small issues become big ones. If you want help building a retirement income plan that's clear, flexible, and aligned with how retirement actually works, you can book a time with me using the link in the description. And if this helped you think differently about retirement, like and subscribe for more straight talk guidance.